yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that's scary.
Top 5 dead alive, only came to terrify. Every topic scary, we could lead the bravest paralyzed. Hope you're not at home alone, better keep the lights on. But if you love adrenaline, then welcome to the fright zone. Willie is the leader, the visionary dreamer. Gerard got the joke, scaredy cat the screamer. You gon' get this work, if you scared, go to church. This podcast is scariest, you heard it here first.
And he said that to me because I was like, I'm just excited that Jeepers Creepers is here. You know, I want to see the character again. But when because he's a huge lover of Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that's scary.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Just your boy Willie May on Yep, That's Scary, your number one Halloween horror and the haunted house podcast. I'm so excited to have a wonderful show for you guys today. Today we got one of the two horror experts that's killing the game. That's going to be sharing how they unravel and unveil horror icons in the horror conventions. And I'm so excited to have Isaac Moore in the house today, in the studio, and from 1031 appearances. And it's going to be a good show. So now, bring my co-host in, Gerard. What's up, man?
What's up, Willie?
How you doing? We had a little delay there.
A little delay? No, I felt like I was on point right there.
We were.
Your doorbell's late.
Yeah, right. The doorbell, bro. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. You know, I like to walk in somebody's house, then ring the doorbell to announce me in the living room, you know.
Right. Not over here, you get shot. To everyone that's watching, hey, we got Josh Evans saying, yeah, Isaac and Emily. That's our boy Josh Evans in the house. We got Molly Z Jose, which we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about a moment with Jose.
I owe Jose an apology.
You do?
So I will. We're gonna get to that when we talk about Hong Kong here. You know.
Yeah.
I do owe him an apology because we'll get to that.
Yeah.
You know.
We'll get to that.
Let me write.
You're gonna write a side note down. You're gonna. We want to say it to everyone that's watching the show. Welcome to Yep, That's Scary. It's gonna be a fun show today. We're talking about a young, upcoming bookie agent that is just killing it. I didn't realize how young this guy was until I started seeing pictures. I'm like, he looked like a baby. He looked like a baby with horror characters. But like, I love the fact that young people are really making a statement for themselves and their brand in this genre. And you can do whatever you want if you put your mind to it. And so, and not only that, I fangirled out a little bit because I seen what was on his roster, his celebrity roster, and I was like, okay, so this Isaac Moore is in the house. And let me just say this: we're not doing our regular format because we're still recovering from Hong Kong, which we're going to talk about that today. But we're recovering from Hong Kong. I got my voice back a little bit back. Dude, like Gerard, it went away. Like, was it Thursday night? Like we were there. Like I got in Tuesday. When did you get into Daytona Beach? Stop playing,
man. We were God. I was supposed to arrive like Friday night. You know, because you were supposed to pick me up from the airport.
Yeah.
Because I flew into air. First off, like I said, Orlando is so much cheaper.
You were supposed to be in. Was it Thursday?
Yeah,
Thursday originally.
I was supposed to be like there Thursday at midnight. So I was supposed to be Friday morning.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Technically, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so my flight gets canceled, so I don't arrive till Friday morning. So I'm first off, everything was on schedule. The flights were none of them delayed, but something happened at the airport,
Bro.
and one of the pilots landed in the wrong tunnel or whatever. And they're okay, we got time. I'm gonna miss my opportunity to go sit down at the airport, have a little drink, like I normally like to do. Go have a drink before I'm about to be. That flight was hell. Okay, I got sat next to a schizophrenic dude, and trust me, I know schizophrenic. The dude is like,
they're just attracted to you, bro.
I know. He's like shaking. He's like, I can't wait. I get to go see my baby. I was like, the fuck is this dude on? He's just shaking back and forth. And he is like gothic attired up, long hair, and like whatever. Okay. The dude was already a little peculiar, like chainmail jacket and everything. And he's like shaking back and forth in the chair, just like, fuck these babies. Come on, let's fly out of here. I hate flying. I'm like,
bro, I swear to you, if that would have happened to me, I was like, hold up. Like, there's been so many surprises on the airport these days. Like, bro, like if something would have happened and we would have caught you on the news, I was like, yep, there it is.
Well, I'm here's the thing. I'm thankful I was next to him partially, and at the same time not, because I had to deal with his ass and he wanted to be buddies with me. But because at one point I was like, dude, just calm down, okay? Get through this. You're gonna have a terrible time right now, and then it's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna make the landing better.
What was it? He was afraid of flying, or
he was going to go see. No, he was going to go see his old lady or something, some relationship. And I'm like, dude, just shut. You see, I have headphones. Just shut up and let me listen to my book. And he's just going back and forth. He's getting mad. He's like punching the window, spitting on the window. I'm like,
bro. And they just like, all right, let's go up in the air. I'm like, get him, somebody.
No, he didn't act like this till after we're in the air. So what we're going to do? What am I going to do? Throw a fit and have them land this plane? I'm like, I got to go. I got a time frame.
Right. Excuse me, guys.
And,
but yeah.
The reason I'm like happy he was next to me, I feel like either A, somebody else would have said something, or B, if he does be stupid, at least I'm there to put something.
Yeah.
I much rather be there in the position with the issue than be across the hall, be like, fuck, I hope he doesn't do nothing stupid, because I'll be the guy looking over.
Right, and just to let everyone know, like, he got super late. Like, he called me, was like, Willie, like, I got stuck in Atlanta. I'm like, bro, like, every time when you're flying, there's something happens. Like, what happened? And so, like, Friday, he was like, I think you're like gonna get in like real early. And I
was supposed to get in my plane was supposed to land at like midnight on Friday.
Excuse me.
So I'm like, it's still Thursday night. And I was supposed to, I should have been at the airport. I should have been at the resort at like 1 a.m. by the time I got picked up and all that. But what happened was the plane lands and we sit on the tarmac for 45 minutes.
There it is. Oh, I love those moments.
We're in the tarmac for 45 minutes. I had to grab my bags, run across, and I watched my plane back out. I'm like, what the fuck? Y'all couldn't wait 10, 20 more minutes? And it wasn't just me. There was 52 of us on the plane that I was on. 52. So I missed my plane. I had to sleep in the fucking airport floor.
Yes, you did.
Like, my bag is a pillow. I'm against the window. My laptop bag's in between me because I'm not trying to. And when I go to the airport, I take the clips off the bag. I clip it to my belt. Because if I doze off, somebody tries to get into it, it's pulling me.
All your stuff, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to sleep
to the airport floor. But go ahead.
So they rebooked me. I'm finally all together. They gave me a $5 voucher for dinner.
Just $5?
I know.
Come on, Frontier. You can do better than that.
I know. And then I get all this stuff taken care of, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep. I lay down. It's about 1 a.m. Trying to go to sleep. 2 a.m. 2:30. Some little Asian kid walks, and the reason I'm saying he's Asian is because he didn't speak English. He spoke like Mandarin. Just walks over.
Okay, I'm just saying. Please don't be another Carl Remy situation right
here.
No,
he just whacks me with a pillow. And I'm like, what the fuck?
He hit you with a pillow? See, thank you, kid.
And
I need to hang out with that kid.
Because
that's not all I'm going to hit you with. He was trying to get it in. He's like, gingers don't have souls. But go ahead.
He just whacks me with this pillow. I'm like, what the fuck? And I turn around, and there's a parent going, like speaking like manager, and I walks off. I don't know how it sounds, but it just sounds like that to me. My blinding awakeness. And I'm like, what? Fuck this! I ain't doing this. I just had to sit there like this, being pissed off. And they're like sitting
Oh
there
my gosh.
speaking manager the whole time, so it's like not like I can go like, "What the fuck is your issue? What your kid do to me?"
Yeah.
I don't know. So I
Yeah.
but I made it.
Oh
I
my
finally
gosh,
made it.
bro.
Thank God.
Then you called me like early in the morning. It's like, hey, I'm gonna be there at, and like you could tell like you had energy. I did it because we just did loadout. Excuse me, guys. Um, I got sick this weekend at Hong Kong, so I got my mucus cough drops. So if I cough, I do apologize. But anyways, you called me and it was like early in the morning, and you're like, "Hey, I'm going to be there at blah 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 blah." I'm like, okay, all right, cool, bye. And I hang up the phone, and in my head was, "This motherfucker gonna wait. I'm gonna make sure he waits outside because he was late getting in." And then I realized, oh shoot, I can't do that to my boy. It's not his fault. Like, I just didn't want to get up early because if I got up early, I knew for a fact people would like start seeing me in the lobby or calling me, "Hey, you ready?" Hong Kong. And if you guys don't know what Hong Kong is, there's a new show that came back this past weekend in Daytona Beach, Florida, and and Gerard and I joined the team to help them out and get to show up on his feet. And let me tell you, it was eventful. So let's talk about our experience real quick to the people before we bring Isaac on. Uh, so he made it. We had some breakfast. I gave him the catch up on the loop de loop, and we were just like pretty much when we got there, Gerard. First of all, let me just say this: I haven't seen Gerard in like what, a year, or maybe I don't know when was the last time we seen each other physically.
Fear Expo.
But it was like Fear
Fear
Expo, yeah.
Fear-
Yeah, Fear Expo. So I was like, "Hey man, it's good to see you." You know, Gerard looking good, I'm looking good. We're at Daytona Beach, we're about to kill it. And we're like, "Oh yeah, let's get ready for this Ultimate Hunt tour." Yeah, because we don't have time to like catch up on the scary stuff because I had a whole itinerary list. I bought us some things to do, some spoofs and stuff, and some social media content. Like I had a whole list for us. And then when
ranch soda.
Yeah, ranch soda. We purchased some ranch sodas, but like, we noticed that our time started to slip away when they're like, "Okay, I feel like there's time for us to get prepared, but then when I have to remember when Gerard gets in, there's no time for preparedness. We just got to go. We just got to get stuff in, and so
The whole day was wrong because when I landed in, we were going to have an hour to discuss and plan everything.
Correct.
Get some sleep. Wake up about 8 a.m. bright and
no.
early.
What do you mean? When you got there, it was the haunt tour.
But the original plan,
right?
I was supposed to get we would have had an hour to discuss, plan out on the drive to, and then like get up 8 a.m. and get stuff rolling. And I'm like, yeah, I just roll in tired as shit. I'm like, I need some energy drinks.
Yeah, so you jet lags. You slept on the airport floor. I'm like, yeah, let's go. We're going to do the Ultimate Hunt tour, and this tour is pretty good, guys. Let me just say this: the tour allows guests to buy one ticket, for $100 or so, and you get to see haunted houses. But this one tour was different because it had not just haunted houses, but it had museum. It had a museum, right? And then what was the other one?
It was this German place that's a new company that's developing
Craw Bush Park.
Right? Haunt-tainers. Look, which I gotta say, they didn't have too much of to show us because I don't think they were prepared at all. I don't really. Let's just be quite frank and honest.
It was probably an afterthought.
It wasn't. They weren't prepared to end, but they ended well because, like, hey, we don't have much to show you, but how about bratwurst and beer? I'm like,
okay. So we're at this point. Well, let's start from the beginning. So, you guys, when you get on this bus tour, you are greeted with the Ultimate Hunt Tour staff, which is ran by Fear Expo, and they give you a shirt. That's my shirt, and then they give you a bag full of goodies. Now, by the way, did you take my bag? Did you take my bag?
No.
Who
No.
has my bag? I think Doug has my bag because I have some important documents in there
There's-
too. Anyways, and he better eat my Skittles and Snickers and my Butterfingers. But anyways, so you get these
I did eat
nice
your
little treats.
Butterfinger.
We got problems. We're gonna talk about this after the show. But anyways, we had you get this baggie, you get these snacks, you get waters and all that stuff, and you sit on this bus tour, and then you hear people talk, which I thought it was great to hear Johnny Bronto from Haunt Scene, our sister podcast company in the haunted house world. They were on the show on the bus tour, and they were doing like kind of explaining what is there to do in Florida because they are Floridians natives, and so that was pretty cool hearing from him. Wouldn't you say? And like we
Oh
went
yeah.
by the Daytona Beach Stadium, which that kind of gave me some goosebumps. I was like, yeah, that's cool. Like, that was dope.
Yeah. Look, Johnny's coming over to Denver. I mean, I might have to put him on my couch as long as he's cool with cats. You sleep on my couch. We'll go see some haunts out here.
Well, now you guys got some good haunts out there, and one of his goals is to see a haunt in every state. What? Well, I'm not supposed to say
That wasn't announced. No.
Oh, my bad. Anyways, so Johnny was on the bus tour, and he was just really just giving us key points. It was like, hey, look, you got SeaWorld coming over here, Epic Universe is over there. That was really chill. We get up and we pull up to this thing here. This is the Haunted History Museum, which is Seagreen's History Museum. Let me just tell you, when you pull up, you're just like, this is it? This pink thing, and like just how we got there was interesting, right? Like cutting in the backyards and the residents' houses, just to get to this museum. But we showed up. We were there.
The building has history, though. I get why they
Yeah.
put it in this building because the building's what 150 years old or something.
I believe so. I mean, Molly Z, you're watching the show. You confirm that. But like, yeah, because Molly Z was actually on the show with us, which we're going to tell that story. But anyways, yeah, we pull up to this thing. We're greeted by staff. At first, I didn't know who to talk to. I was like, "Who's who?" I remember seeing this old lady from the video. So, oh, she must be the one. And so she starts to tell us a story and just the history about Seagreens. And it was a United States Postal Service in 19 summer. But like the postal, which we didn't know about this at this time, the postal master died in this building in the back. So we go
He
into
had a
this
heart attack, was it?
yeah, something like that. So we go in, and pretty much this museum is not that big. It has about 8 rooms. There's Gerard right there. There's a real body in. Was there a real body in there or a fake body? Did he open it up?
It was a fake body. They took it off.
Okay.
That's the reason I didn't take a picture of it.
Okay. You being shady? It was that bad?
No, look, this museum I think is really neat. It's got some great history to it. I don't think it would have fit the tour itself. Let's just be quite frank and honest. First off, nothing against hey, there's Johnny in the background, but nothing against the museum itself. I think this was a great, especially if you're on vacation down there and you want to stop by, go stop by and check it out. Because I wish we weren't on the haunt tour. Because I think Will and I could have had a lot more fun with this. Because if there was, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was small
spirits.
but big.
Because
spirit energy.
Because I want to sit there and read everything. There's some dolls in there. There was a picture frame. As long as it's not been hung, the house won't catch on fire. Because that was like, it was in 3 or 4 different houses, and every time they hung this picture up, the house caught on fire.
Yeah, I read that part.
It was on a table there. And
they had tons and tons of collectibles that you really had to spend time to read and go through it. There's just so much layering that it could be overwhelming, or there's no interest for you, and you walk past a lot of stuff. But
they didn't have the Annabelle doll, but they had the original. They had a replica of the Annabelle doll,
which I'm glad they stated that.
Then they had some other dolls in there with some horrific backstories.
So
they had
I feel like
doll room.
I feel like this museum was a collector's item, and some of these, I don't know if you guys believe this, but if an item could have an entity in it, meaning it can have a frequency, it can have a traumatic force or energy attached to things. And so, knowing this, walking into Seagreens, I realized, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff that could be just purchased from Home Depot, or just stuff that has history in it, and you just don't know, and you just don't want to mess around with it. There's one part where we're walking, and it got real serious, right, on the museum. And let me just tell you guys this: they put this thing on in October, as well, for a haunted house with 12 actors. There's no way. There's no way they could do that in
What,
October. The place is so
what,
small that and tight. Like, you're like, excuse me, just to get through it.
well, that's because
I
we had a
mean,
haunt tour and 30, 40 people going through it at once.
right. And if this is year
I
round,
like we talked about. I think
mm,
once it's open for Halloween, they change it up. They change it up and they put where they had the dummies and stuff, because they had some generic dummies in there.
yeah,
They moved those and they put actors.
yeah,
I mean, it would definitely be just a pop scare that's really dramatic. It's just something
probably.
to drive up some business, you
Was
know.
this a good a stop for the Ultimate Hunt Tour for you?
Not for a haunt tour, but I think if you're in the Daytona area, well, I think this would be worth a stop, especially if you're a haunt fanatic. This is perfect
Oh,
because
man.
it's like 30 minutes from Sea Green,
Mhm.
Sir
This is
Sir
secret.
Henry,
What are you talking? Sir Henry. Yeah,
Sir Henry's.
there you
So
go.
this would be like, hey, let's do a little horror date with a boo. Take her here, then go do lunch, then go to the Sir
Mhm.
Henry's.
And they just
This is
had Sir
perfect.
Henry's, and we're gonna pull up Sir Henry's right now. They just had their was it Blood Bites Valentine's Day show. And so again, the next on the stop of this Ultimate Hunt Tour was Sir Henry's. Let me tell you, they literally rolled out the red carpet for us when we went. It was awesome. We experienced two attractions, and then we went behind the scenes for one, and that one was their first hayride. Were you shocked that they only had one tractor trailer for that hayride?
No, but I know they had more than one. They had like three. They said they had
They
one
did have
that the
three.
one we saw. They had three, but they had one that was set up for handicap,
Oh
and
wow.
that's the one we saw. You know,
Okay.
which
Yeah,
which
I think.
I and this was perfect a little because this was just a short. They once you go through their ticket pricing, I think it's 4 attractions. It's
Mhm,
because we went through two. There was one that wasn't open, and then you had the tractor trailer event.
right.
You know what's bad is I thought I was taking really good photos of this place, and I wasn't, because once I saw what a haunt scene was doing, I'm like, God damn, how the fuck you do
Bro,
that?
weren't they working it? It was so good to see them in action, because like we kind of like look up to them as being, babies in the industry, just getting out there, and like their team, Hans team, they know what they're doing, and we don't sometimes, and we're just learning, right? But we want to make sure we continue to give out good content to our followers and our fans, and so seeing them kill it, and homegirl Kara, she had her camera and she pulled out the light, and it totally changed the mood of the scene. I'm like, whoa, like that's cool. Like that was like they know what they're talking about. But compare their
You know,
pictures to yours, you suck. This is horrible. You fired.
well, see the photos now. I asked it on my phone. I was like, yeah, this is good. Okay, they got better. I think this is before I sat there and talked with
Yeah,
the woman, because a couple of
yeah.
them were nice. I went underneath and got some good
You did a good
angles.
job, bro. You
But
did a good.
look, I'm not a photographer,
But we're
but
learning.
look,
We're learning, folks.
you get all this stuff. The Sir Henley's was my favorite stop. I'm gonna admit it.
Yeah.
See,
Mm.
that photo on the left's good. That's a good photo.
On the left is blurry as heck, but go ahead.
It's the
And this
fog.
is Mortal Mass. Okay, I mean Mortal Manor. Let me get that right.
Yeah. See,
It's all up in our stuff. I think I took a picture of those, but like we're working on it. We're working on it. Um, and then we went to Crush Ballpark, and we went through their haunted haunt containers, which to me weren't much there. I mean, can we just explain why we
well,
did?
let's be
Let's be
let's be
honest.
okay.
Be
Wait,
honest.
we won't be honest about
Be
the
honest.
following day news.
Be what?
All
What?
right, we're gonna be honest. What happened the following day?
What happened the following day?
The show floor.
Okay,
Oh fuck it, I don't
talk
give a
about
shit. I'm
the
gonna say what
talk about
I
the
want to say
ultimate
what I
hunt
want to say.
tour. We're on the ultimate
Yeah.
hunt tour.
Well,
I don't know what he's talking about, guys. I'm sorry. Go back to
yeah.
Contour.
So we're at first off, Sir Henley's. He was they were asking on the show in the earlier season. I think they were on season 1.
Yes,
They've been
he
on my
was.
list. They've been on my list for a long time to go see, and I
Well,
want to
we're
go
finally
back
shut
and
up.
see what it's like when they're open.
Can we say that you didn't even realize that you were there? Like Gerard was out of it. Like he like, "Ooh, like I'm Gerard. I'm going to Sir. Like he realized it while we were going through it. Oh my gosh, I always wanted to go here. We're like, this is Sir Henry's. There's only one Sir Henry, sir. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I needed that enthusiasm. I needed that enthusiasm in the beginning intro video. That's all I want to say.
Look. Did you get beat up by a small child in the airport?
No, I know
did.
you were trying it.
I was traumatized.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, sir. But go ahead.
But that was my favorite stop of the whole trip. They really rolled out the red carpet. We only got to see 2, I think, out of the 4 attractions. We did get to walk the trailer trail, which
That's more behind the scenes, but it was cool. I liked it.
Yeah, and they said they're growing out of that spot, which I wonder what's coming up for them.
Well, it was so funny because we accidentally walked up to on Zach the owner's dad who owns the property, and he was like, look at it, and you could tell he was in deep thought about a whole conversation that we're like, what's going on, and he was just like, we outgrew this, and if I realized how big this thing was going to be, I would have bought more land. And we're like, yeah. So I'm like, well, who are you? And he introduced us, and it was Zach's father, which was really cool to talk to him. But like, they have a really good show here. I enjoyed Sir Henry Haunts because they showed a lot of young people working and trying to be professional and give a good show. So many young people with headsets, like really caring about the show. I like that. I believe in a model like that where young people can push hard and strive and have some skill sets for their future, whatever capacity they're going to work in. To see that Zach and the Sir Henry crew is doing that, I give them kudos points. Then to see them work so hard and trying to scare. I mean, who's that little kid? The little one in the haunted attraction. He was getting it, and they all had one-liners, and they make sure they tell you your one-liner. And I loved it because they really, really do care about this production, and I had so much fun watching it. And
the sets look good. But here's the funny, Willie, we had this camera set up, and there's like a white light, and we didn't soften it because we didn't think to get a softener for it.
We just
so I'm like, Willie, I can't see. He's like, whatever. Starts pushing me. I'm running into the wall, just like can't see nothing.
Right.
So I'm like, fine, Willie, your turn. You film. He's like, how the fuck do we get through this?
How do you do this? I'm like, I can't see. Like, we were bumping into things. Well, I mean, we literally took our time going through this attraction. And I swear, some of the monsters like, could they hurry up already? But like, we had a big bright light that we didn't estimate in our eyes, and it was blinding us. My original light that I like, it softens it. It's nice. I could get through it. But this one was like, pow, in your face. And I was like, I think I like hit my head went straight through the wall and smashed my face right into the wall. You guys will see the videos of the Ultimate Haunt Tour coming out literally sometime next week. That video will be on YouTube premiering. Yep, that's scary. That was awesome.
Now we went to Mortimer Manor next.
Mortimer Manor, yes.
Mortimer Manor.
Yes.
I gotta say that has one of the best set designings I've seen in a haunt.
And to be a year-round business, it looks really good, and it's layers, and they're in the perfect spot to have a year-round attraction. Okay,
I mean they're beside a theme park.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a strip, but on that strip they have they had the live karaoke. We had that bar. You go shopping. It's just a place that just stays up and popping. And we went through that attraction. How did you like that one?
I really enjoyed it. I actually think it genuinely going into it first. I'm like, holy shit! I'm actually getting a little nervous about going for it. A little scared.
Okay, good. So if you're getting scared, hold on. If you're getting scared before you go into a haunted attraction, that's showing that's saying something about their design, about how they keep the anticipation going, especially in line queue. And I was having a good time. I'm like, yeah, like give me some more manner. Like I'm keen to eat. Like let's go. And we were the first two, right?
Yep, we were the first one of the group to go through. The opening is fantastic. The timing was great with it, with that picture frame. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep.
I mean, that was a badass tour. I would love to see what they do in October. You know, because just because it's year round doesn't mean it's not ramped up in October.
Right. I mean, the bartenders. Excuse me, guys. The bartender said that there's a line straight down from the bar and wrapped around the corner. That's how busy they are for October. Sorry about the coughing.
The bar next to it became a bit of an issue.
Molly, you might as well just be on the show with us because he's a nice bar next to it. I know, right? Tell the story, Jose. So this fella, no, listen. So I'm like, this is like the last route. We got one more to go. It's gonna be good, right?
I'm like, no. First of all, we were being responsible. Let's just get a little drink, a little drink,
just a little.
So
spicing up the atmosphere.
We get there like first group forward, and we don't have long. Litty, we're like, guys, we're gonna get through the haunt, and then we got to get right back on the bus. Okay, we got to fit the schedule in. We're like, okay, ma'am. So when am I going first? So we're like, cool. We have like 30 minutes to kill. I'm like, cool. Let's do this real quick. So we go for the line. I'm like, great. Look around. I was like, I got a few minutes. So I run over to the bar. I get Willie a shot, and I get me a Long Island iced tea. Real quick, in and out. I downed the Long Island iced tea because I didn't know we can bring it on the bus. Willie takes his shot, and I look over there, and Molly's there. I'm like, hey, man, you want to go get a shot real quick? He's like, yeah, why not? So we line up. I think there's a little miscommunication between him and the bartender because he ends up ordering drinks for us. Thank you, Molly. I appreciate that very much. So what happened was the miscommunication. He ordered, what was it, 2 shots apiece plus 3 adios motherfuckers. So we're like, oh no. So
no, who I didn't know that you guys had tequila shots like down below. When I heard Long Island iced teas or whatever, I was like, no, like
adios.
No. Originally, it was like a Long Island. I was like, no, we're not doing that. What we're going to do is we're going to do adios, and we're going to feel real good doing it. Right, peoples? And it didn't compute. Like, no, you got 2 more shots that are like down below right here. It's going to mess you up. And like even the bartender was like, okay, I want to make sure that this is correct. So we sit there, and Jose is here. And thank you, Jose, for the drinks. Man, I never seen $80 run out of someone's pocket so fast. But like, bro, we thank you for blessing us and making us feel loosey-goosey inside. Because let me tell you, that first shot hit me in a boo-boo kicker. I was like this, like I was like, when it hit me, when you get that wake up shiver, I woke me up to the point I saw Jesus and I said, hello, Jesus. Like it woke me up. And I look and say, oh shoot, we're supposed to be doing this tour. And this is the first shot, and it woke me up. It had me doing like a seizure. So I was like, let me hear it. Okay, let's do another one. They bring it up to the next one. And I'm like to myself, like, oh, like Jose can drink, okay? And I know Gerard can drink. I'm like the lightweight now because I haven't been drinking. So we get into this drink, and right. Shannon people rock the sirens, but like I'm sitting here, and we take the next shot. I'm just like, oh no, like I still gotta be responsible. I got responsibilities, and I'm like, and then we gotta finish this drink because the bus. We just told everyone like, if you gonna get left by the bus, you're gonna get left by the bus. Like, don't get left by the bus. Like, drink your drink, make it on the bus. So I'm drinking adios. And I'm like, yeah, this is one of those drinks that's gonna mess us up even more. We're gonna sleep good tonight. How you doing, Gerard? Gerard,
I stopped drinking. Okay, I stopped drinking. My alcohol tolerance is dropped. I can't. I stopped drinking on the show. There's no alcohol on the table right now. I stopped drinking on the show. Okay.
We felt so
And
good. I think I rubbed
No.
Jose's bald head for like some money. Like, so
No,
Bojo, go.
So he gave me just enough to give it the fuck it idea, but I had to remember I gotta be responsible. I can't just act like a
You got
fool because
responsibilities.
I
We're
look,
on
dude,
a hot
look,
tour.
we're banned from the bar down the road because we broke the iron gate. Okay, I have a fuck it meter, and after X amount of drinks, I will destroy shit.
You hear that,
You know,
people?
bro.
Please don't drink with Gerard. None of these shows. It could be a horror con, whatever. Don't drink with him because he has a meter, and if it passes that, you never know what you're going to get. Okay.
But I will get on top of sets. Okay, I'm just warning.
Let me just say this before we enter the story. We leave the one. Oh, you had a beer too. We went to Crush
No,
Park.
that's
We
what
had a beer
fucked me up.
contest.
No,
Because I was like, "Come on, Gerard, you cannot let this girl beat you." Like, come on. And you was like supposed to he was in this contraption. Let me show you guys the contraption again. You're in this little contraption with this I don't know if you guys see the picture on the right, but you're in this contraption with this raincoat so you don't splash yourself because you're going to splash yourself. And there's pulleys, and you have to pull the right pulley to bring the cup up to your mouth so you can drink it. Now, let me tell you, the girl, Kimberly, the blue, I believe, she won. She killed it. She opened the back of her throat and let it all slide down. I was like this. Then you had Gerard, and who did you go up against, Gerard?
I don't even know.
We don't know either. And so, Jose, you know he lost that game. The first of all, the drink started to teeter totter. I was like, oh, like the drink would go one way, and the whole room would go, whoa, and the drink, whoa. We're like, Gerard, hold that, still drink it.
I just went.
Do what the girl Kimberly do. Get it nestled to your mouth, pull it up, open the back of your throat, and let it all slide down. I feel like we set you up for failure.
Oh no, I was.
How you end it? How you end it was so bad. Yeah,
Dude,
you lost.
Right before then, I had to sit there and had that conversation with yourself. You're like, be sober. You be sober. You're on the back of the bus. Like, be sober, buddy. Come on, you got. And then I tasted that cider, and I was pissed off because I spilt it on myself. Trying to do this thing.
You're gluten, right? So you have to have cider.
Yeah. So I didn't get
that.
It wasn't a beer. It was like a bottle of wine. It was a big ass bottle, and it was like apparently it's like a big bottle of wine. They call it a cider. Oh. I chugged that motherfucker I think I threw the bottle in the bushes. I ain't gonna lie, because my fucking meter was starting to break. I don't know where the bottle went, but I somewhat remember taking it and chucking it. So if there's a bottle in their bushes, I feel bad.
I just know when we got back onto the bus, I turned to Gerard and said, Gerard, how you doing? He just went and smacked the bald-headed guy in front of us. And then we're like this. I was like this. Oh, thank you, Jose. Thank you, Jose. You hit a bald-headed white dude in the head. Kapow! And you like hang like this. I literally was like, you going to jail for assault.
Did I really hit him that hard?
No, I mean, people laughed, and they laughed. I mean, they liked us. We won them over already because right when we drunk, we had like that felt good moment. We started to network.
So what you
we started to network. We started to network because at first we were like, we don't know what we're gonna do. I gotta pay attention to all these people. People coming up to me with drama. I'm just trying to have a good time. And then it's like, when we had that drink, I was like, okay, so this is what you're gonna do for John House, okay? You don't have to boogity come up.
Well, didn't somebody said they had rednecks, and I was like, I hate your idea. So here's what you need to do.
It was just do not come for consulting advice when we have a couple of drinks. We'll tell you the truth. But you guys are welcome.
But here's what I'm glad about. I'm glad I had no sleep because it put me to sleep. Because if I had energy to stay up in that drunken state, I would have been trying to walk up and down that bus.
You did not. you had the bus driver. So we had two hotels. So the staff stayed at one, and then the event was at the Hilton. The bus dropped us at the Hilton where the event is being held at, and Gerard decided to ask the bus driver to take his butt to his hotel.
No, I held him hostage.
So
I was like, look, I'm not walking. The hotel's up the street. I sat my ass on his steps. I'm like, drive me up there. It was a demand. It was not a request. Okay, because the fucking
and
meter's
so he
gone.
did.
And I got my ride. No issues happened. The bus driver understood
did.
that I was
Yes, you
hostile
did.
and drunk.
And he understood through your drunken, talking
I would
that
take the bus.
this is up the street. It's up the street to drop me off. But you made it to the condo safe, which that was my concern because I didn't see you. So I was like, where the heck did this dude go? And here I am in Daytona Beach, Florida, like what time, like late. And then there he is. And then I get to the condo, and then there you are sleeping. I'm like, okay, he made it home. Because at some point you have to be responsible for your friends. And I wasn't in the mood to babysit, but he babysat himself to get to where he needed to be. And I appreciate that. And yes, Molly Z, we need to do it again. We need to make sure that we have no responsibilities or the next day after any responsibilities, because it was rough for him to get up. I was like, bro, get up. And you didn't get up. Like, then I had to realize
what time? No. I woke up like what, 8 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So it wasn't
I thought we were supposed to be there at 8 a.m.
Yeah, so I walked onto the trade show floor 8:30. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
you
know,
and
I got there every day at 8:30 because nobody gave me a time frame. I'm like, 8:30 seems reasonable.
you didn't have a schedule. But anyways,
nobody gave me a schedule when to come in. So 8:30, I'm on the floor. That's why.
Well,
felt
good. I'm glad because it's so funny because I was talking to Doug Sheldon. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna give you back Gerard." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, Gerard, you got my schedule," and then he took you away. So I'm glad that all worked out and that you were just.
Are we finished up with the haunt tour? Because discussion. Because I want to talk about the show. Because here's what happened at the show, and here's what I gotta say.
Well, set it up right.
I'm sorry, Jose, because they let Willie's supposed to introduce this DJ K1X.
No, hold on. I'm not gonna have you skip over this. I want to tell people how it is. So, anyways, the Ultimate Haunt Tour happened. It was a great show. So if you guys don't know what Ultimate Haunt Tour, excuse me, I'm mixing up my words, but the HauntCon is a industry trade show that caters to focus on seminars and education. They have a vendor showroom floor that is really cool, and then they have events that happen with it. Well, the show went on hiatus, and the Fear Expo company bought them and brought them back this weekend. And let me say this: these are the pictures of the showroom floor. In my opinion, it wasn't. Can you see my?
Yeah,
I don't know
who the pictures.
No, can you? Hold on. Can this go away? There we go. Hold on, guys. Let me go back. Oh, God. There it is. Can you guys see my screen?
You just had your screen up there.
Let me know when it's back up. It may take a second.
But go ahead, keep with the description.
Yeah, so it was really cool because they brought the show back, and I thought the showroom floor was a bit small, but it was the perfect size for the comeback. You know what I mean? I felt, in my opinion, like it wasn't too small, too big, but it's just the perfect size that we can see and just enjoy. You enjoy Hong Kong and just walk the showroom floor, talk to some great creators and painters. And Dante, the new photographer for the Fear Expo brand, he is awesome, capturing these awesome moments. that is just killer. I did not know we were that cool, Gerard, until I started watching. So until I started seeing these pictures, I was like, "Whoa, this is pretty cool." And so that's microgreen and his models that he did, and such a cool artist. And he's right there on the showroom floor doing these body paints, and I just thoroughly enjoyed that.
You know,
Go ahead.
the show overall went real well because not only did you have the showroom floor, but we had classes going on every day. And then we had the
Yes.
theater built.
Yes.
I wish I got time to go watch a movie.
Yeah, I didn't have time either. But like, what was cool about Hong Kong was the new addition and expansion into the indie horror film side. They picked 4 directors that had their film ready to go for distribution, and we did a private screening of those 4 filmmakers' movie before they were sold, to other companies like streaming platforms, whatever, Tubi, Netflix, whatever. And it was really cool because it really allowed you to talk to these creatives and to get to know their film and see it before it all comes out. So it has this exclusive vibe to it, huh?
Is that not the photographer right there?
I don't know. I didn't see it, but like I'm just saying that Hong Kong was really good for the first year back. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean I think the show overall did well. I think everybody
Yes.
enjoyed themselves. But I want to talk. We had what? We had the Hawaiian ball, not the Hawaiian ball, the luau.
Yeah.
The
Now-
luau went fantastic. I gotta admit it. I left the luau after like the first dance and then my playing because I was a little human out. I gotta admit it. I was a little human out. I was like, y'all are great, but fuck off, and I left.
Well, because not only that, but you were up early doing moving. So now that you're like helping me out on the luau, you're just like, okay, I'm done. I laid everybody. Now I'm out here, right?
Yeah, I had to lay everybody. Just laid them hard, wet, moist. Had to
I
lick
hate
it
when
once or
you
twice.
said moist. I hate when you
Put
say
my
moist.
fingers in. I had to put my fingers in between the flowers and pull the flowers apart. Okay, but I made sure to lay every single one: man, woman, they, them, cats, dogs, goldfish, one salmon. I laid them all down. I laid them
What's your
good.
pronoun?
I laid them
All
long.
of it.
I laid them hard.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And you were poo tired, and you ran upstairs.
I ripped my shorts. Wait, that wasn't that day. I was laying
Oh,
people so hard my shorts ripped.
Okay.
It was.
But tell us about the food. Like, I mean, you ate the plate, right?
We
How was
had
the food?
roasted. It was roasted pork and I think some type of
Mhm.
chicken dish.
Yeah.
And then it was Hawaiian themed rice, a nice
Yeah.
salad. It
Yeah.
was all around really good food. I know I'm not going to get into anything else because I know the luau hopefully will be bigger next year because there's been a little plan, but I love the luau. I think the luau was the best event.
You think they're bringing it back?
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
I know
Look,
we've been talking about doing something fun.
Look, USO, they're the entertainment company that came in and performed, and they just did an outstanding job with the music, with the live singing, the live bands, the live drumming. I was scared in putting this all together because I want to make sure that I communicate everything to everybody that is needed. And let me just say, it all worked out. It all worked out, and I was really pleasantly surprised that the show was such a success. Even like from the lighting cues, like I was like crossing my fingers, like this lighting better be amazing because the subcontractor lighting guy that I was using and talking to me, it felt like he did not care what I was asking him about. But he came up to me at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock when the show's supposed to start at 8. Came up to me at 8 o'clock 4 times to ask me for a plate of food. I said, bro, I'm about to feed you. I told y'all I'm going to feed you. But I need you to start the show at 8. It's 8 o'clock. Sorry, I had to vent on that. Because he literally was like, can I have a plate? I'm like, yes, you will eat. We take care of you. You want a shot? Here's Jose. He's over there. All right, here we go.
Now look. So we wrapped up the luau, which was great. What was it? Was it the DJ next?
Yeah, KSS X. What is his name? DJ X1K. Oh man, I'm gonna butcher this. I should know this.
I wrote it down my wrist.
And then what happened? You sweated it off.
This is why I had to apologize. This is why I had to apologize to Molly. Because Doug goes up to us like an hour before or something, felt like, hey, we need you to introduce the DJ. It's like, what are you talking about?
No,
Hey,
I did. I told you this. I told you, Jose. I say you guys.
Yeah,
my voice is gone. I'm tired. I can't do it.
I got up there and
I sat there and I said, look, bro, this is the order of importance you're going to do it in. This is what you need to do it in. Acknowledge the celebrity that showed up. Thank you, Molly Z. K1X. Yeah. Or XK1, I believe. Too much Brittany. Right? So I said, hey, Gerard, I need you to host the after party. You're going to go ahead and you're going to introduce it. And Jose, since Jose, was probably like rock star, let's bring him in on it. Like this is the perfect blend, right? And there's not going to be a lot of pressure on you. And just make sure you hit these talking points. Y'all. I was in the office typing to the next plans, people, the next day. And I hear him get on the phone. Hey, you guys. I'm like, go ahead, Gerard. Woo! I'm in the back, though. I can't see anything. I'm just hearing it. And I'm like, okay, get it started, brother. We hit nothing. Right? I don't know if Jose slipped him a little bit of something before he walked on that stage. But let me tell you, everything we talked about went out the window. Everything.
No.
I
got up.
No, shut up. Shut up. No, bro. I had to run out. I was running out to the stage and right when you're like, yeah, and you pass the mic. I'm like, what happened? And he's like, oh, George, what happened? He was like,
I forgot to introduce Molly.
You didn't say, hey, I'm like, who are you? Oh, Gerard. From where? Yep, that's scary. You didn't want to say that. You didn't want to say it. And then like, who's beside you? Jose. You don't want to introduce him. And then who's the celebrity that showed up today? Who the celebrity from Dawson Creek that walked into the room? But it's good. You did a good job.
Here's the DJ.
Everyone didn't know that. Everyone didn't know he made a mistake, y'all. But we're supposed to have two mics, but got one only. See, that was the problem right there. That was Jose. That was the problem right there. They were supposed to.
No, the problem was having me and trying to do an introduction. Like I'm like, here's a DJ. Have a good time.
I mean, your sponsor is like right by you, and you like, hey, let's get it poppin'. Started K1 ABCD 1 2 3, and
I said,
all right. No, we're not saying you did. You were feeling yourself. You did a great job feeling yourself. It was just, I was like, what's the whole point? Jose was being there, just sitting there like, hey. You guys, we had the best time, you guys. We had the best time up there. This is actually my two highlight moments at Hong Kong before I got really sick. And it was like, okay, I don't feel good anymore. Because at that point in time, my voice was so gone. I couldn't even yell at Gerard. Normally I'm a Gerard. I couldn't even yell at him. I was like, Gerard. He's like looking at me like, what? I'm like, okay, peace. Like that was my go off because it wasn't gonna come out. Nothing was gonna come out. So it was phenomenal. We had a good time. The events were amazing. The staff was amazing. I feel like there's more potential there, and what I loved about it was that everyone kind of came together. It was like, we're not over. This is not over. And in fact, I'm instilling myself in it to make sure that this thing doesn't end, but grows. And I love that. Shannon Thompson from Rock with Sirens, who's going to be on our show soon, she just brought so much forward thinking, I would say, into the mix that we need it to be, and to diversify the program. that was amazing hearing from her. So like, there's a lot of people that is going to grow with this. And Hong Kong, look for it to be back and Swing in the Dark. I think it was a good show. I think it's gonna grow from here, and it already did bigger numbers at Fear Expo first year. So
let me tell you something.
Yeah,
we do another comedy show. My opener won't freeze up like I did last time.
Oh, let's go on that. No. Let's go to Saturday. So you guys, I had 2 shows. I had to do a comedy show, and I get there to the hotel. Crazy busy setting up and meeting with these subcontractors because you have the stuff happens the way it should happen. And Gerard walks up to me with a bag of goodies, and he's like, "Hey, I guess I'm Doug said I could have 5, maybe 10 minutes. 5 10 minutes of what? Of the show? No, we have 5 10 minutes. I'm like, look at my schedule. We don't have 5 or 10 minutes, Gerard. Let me see if I can move this around." So I remember Gerard coming up and telling me, you guys, he said, "Look, I want to be a comedian. I want to be on stage, and I want to give it a go." I said, "Really, Gerard?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." And so at first it was like, no, hell no, he ain't get on the stage after what he did at the after party. Like, he gonna just forget everything. No. So I'm like, all right. So I thought about it, had a good conscious heart, y'all. So I said, I'm gonna give him 2 minutes. Let's call him like, you got 2 minutes, let's go. Just like a producer would, right? Right? Just like a producer would. But you got 2 minutes on the slot. Everyone's in rehearsal. Get your butt over here, let's do it. So I'm like now making his opener, music, getting everything together. And Gerard's like, "I got this." So he like tells me, he's like subconsciously telling me, and consciously I wasn't listening. But he was like, "Willie, all right, my segment's gonna be about getting raped by a llama." So you getting raped by a llama? When did this happen? You remember? No. You didn't tell me no story about you getting raped by a llama. And why would you get raped by a llama? A llama, not a shark. Baby shark.
No. It was, when the stupid stuff you do to impress women. Sometimes you got to fight a llama and you end up getting taken advantage of. Because let me tell you something, a llama will fit your whole ass and my big ass head in its mouth.
No.
But thank God, God Little Elk was there, because Little Elk ran over there and kicked that llama off.
Who the hell is Little Elk? Where are you at?
He's my
Where do you
Blackfoot
hate
Indian friend. He's my Blackfoot Indian friend. His name is Little Elk. So,
okay.
He let his.
Okay, we all just go. Everyone in the chat, just say okay on the count of 1, 2, 3. Okay. We're not gonna entertain that. We're just gonna let that pass. Okay.
I got her number though.
But did you do the comedy show?
No, I got up there.
I
got up there and I said, I think I said,
no, you guys, let me just say this. Let me just say this before he tells his story. I go in and I'm like, Gerard, okay, here's your show. He gets in. I think he was already late for the music, but it was okay. He's like, "Hey, everybody, hey, welcome to Hong Kong." I'm like, "Yeah." So he hitting some talking points. So then I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna watch his performance because I don't want to put pressure on him, but I'm gonna walk this way and get something and come back, And by the time I started walking this way, Gerard was with me. I'm like, "How did it go, buddy? What did you do? Johnny Bronto's up there already? That wasn't 2 minutes. Like, that was like 5 seconds. Like, what did you do?" So you tell us what happened.
I got up there and
yes,
and I did the whole welcome to Hong Kong thing, and I was like, let me poke a little fun at the audience, making fun of them looking like some of their masks or something. I think I called their wives ugly or something. I kind of like froze up real bad, and I'm like, that did not land.
Because people like this. People were eating. They were like this.
I had an escape route. I was like, yeah, Johnny Bronto up here. Just threw the Johnny Bronto. I was like, Johnny's walking. Like, I was like, Johnny, I froze so bad. I froze so bad.
You're not supposed to tell him. You told him in passing.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You're not supposed to say that because you could take his performance. You're supposed to just let it go. Then you say that.
Well, look, I can't be the only bad one, okay? You got to share the shame. Share
Well,
it.
look, the comedy show was a wonderful experience to try and to experiment on con. I thought it worked. Maybe not some of the jokes worked, but I thought it was overall
Well, like,
overall.
but like we talked about, like I was like, just because some of the jokes didn't land doesn't mean the show didn't land. I think the show
Right.
landed, but the flight was rocky. So I think a different comedian
Very
who
rocky.
because there's so Haunt is so broad, and that's what I
Mhm.
loved about it. Because I can remember I pointed out a couple things. Remember that group of people? It's like, look, you would never see these people hanging out together, but they are like best of friends right now. It's
Yeah.
so beautiful to see.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. And they're so broad. You can't bring somebody who's like a shock comic or somebody who pokes fun at people. You got to bring someone who pokes fun at success and talks about their funny stories. I think that would have landed so much better, you know?
Right.
And
Yeah.
that
Go ahead. Go ahead.
so that's the reason I thought the llama joke would have the llama story would have worked, but apparently I ain't got the balls to sit there and do it.
You didn't even say nothing about llama.
I got
He
nervous.
said, he said, your face, girl, looks like poop. And no one laughed.
It was
No one laughed.
I'm like, nope.
Everyone's
run.
still eating, like, get to the punchline. You didn't even punch it. You were just like poop. And so
Look,
let me
you
just say
gotta
this.
fail before
Listen, let me
you
just say this. Johnny Bronto, he had laughs. He had laughs. I think he was just relatable to the people that was excuse me, an audience. But he had laughs. Rock had no laughs, people. But anyways, we're gonna start. We're gonna bring in the men of the hour, and that was just funny. And we just want to share our thoughts because we don't normally get into this a lot, guys, and it's funny seeing everybody and coming back to everyone, and then these moments happen. I for me, visiting Hong Kong, I hate the fact that I wasn't 100% myself. I was still sick, and just trying to get better, and then my voice goes away because trying to communicate with people even when your voice is gone, it just sucks. So, anyways, but Hong Kong was a good show. I enjoyed it. There's gonna be a lot of people back for it. What's next on all the shows that we got going on, Gerard?
The next one is gonna be Fear Expo, which is
Fair
coming up in a
Expo.
couple
When's
weeks
that happening?
in Owensville, Kentucky. Owensburg.
Owensboro, Kentucky. Yep. What dates? I just
Good dates.
just
Good
just
dates.
look,
You know,
just look
real
at the
real
slide.
good.
Just look at the
Real good
slide.
dates.
Look at the
They're not
slide.
loading on my screen. They're not
Oh,
on my
dang it.
screen.
April 12th through the 14th, 2024. Then we have
Like
Georgia
I said,
Pop
good dates.
Georgia Pop and HorrorCon happening August 2nd through the 4th. We will be there uh, because we're going to be hosting a live panel and Q&A with some celebrities. Then we're going to be at the 17th annual Buried Alive Film Festival. And we're so excited to be with this team here. We will be bringing some amazing activities, helping bringing their program and promoting their shows there. And I'm so happy for Georgia Pop HorrorCon and for this one because I'm going to be helping getting them sponsors and whatnot for the shows. And yeah, so those are the shows that we got coming up. I'm glad that out of all the shows, we got like one out of the can and done. And we do want to apologize to our viewers because we're supposed to go live and also have our content. But we realized this: the more we have leadership in roles, until we have a second stream or team to come in and help us, we need to find other means to make sure that we stay committed to Yep That's Scary and don't lose sight of what we need to get done. That was weird. Okay, so I am so excited to bring in this Buried Alive. Woo! I am so excited to bring in this young heavy hitter in the horror industry. That is going to share with us about his business 1031 appearances. What's so cool about his business, he's been killing it with this one particular celebrity on his roster. So let me bring in my guest for the hour, His name is where's my? There we go. His name is Isaac Moore. What's up, Isaac?
Hey, how's it going?
I had to do it right. I had to do it right. It's going good. How are you?
Great. I can't complain. It's hard to complain.
You know, I
Wait a
hear
minute.
that. You know, look, what?
I'm so glad you said Isaac Moore. I had him wrote down as Kevin Picard. Who is Kevin Picard?
You that dude? That was last season. You guys. So we're
I know
replacing
why-
Gerard. Just joking. Anyways, so Isaac Moore, we're so excited to have you on the show, and thanks for taking the time out to chat with us. Tell us a little bit about your business, 1031. By the way, appearances. I love the name. I love the fact that you have 1031 in it. So tell us about 1031 appearances.
I mean, it started pretty much just as being a fan, and a big key to getting it started was I went to conventions pretty much my whole life, and I never knew that this could one day be a job because I just thought I didn't think twice about it that people actually brought people to the convention. And then once I started listening to The Thing with Two Heads with Sean Clark and Christopher Nelson, and Sean kind of shared some insight into how he got started and what all it entails. And, you know, I just started to reach out to people. And at first, you know, I wasn't getting that many people. And I'll be honest, I got kind of down on myself. And then all it took was just a couple people. And then I started getting trust from some promoters that had no reason to trust me at all. And I'll forever be grateful for them because they gave me a start. And so it just started all as being a fan and just giving it a shot because you never know what can happen. All you got to do is try it.
Right. And the cool thing is doing something that you love to do and to acknowledge it. Not most young people realize that. You know, and so for you to realize that it's awesome. And then also it's the moments that you really care for, and then you don't see anything happen, and you don't get the calls, the emails, and then but yet you're still persistent. But then but because you haven't had any results, that doubt starts to come in. Sometimes after that doubt is where the magic happens because you keep pushing, you keep putting those emails out, following up when you don't get anything back, and then all of a sudden, boom, someone take that one step to trust on you, and that is so cool to hear. And so, and what a good remembrance about a story of keep going, even though it looks bleak, or even though you don't know or may have the answer. So, like, who was your first horror con that you guys served?
I think the first one I ever got booked at was there's this convention called Haunted Screams Expo in Hampton, Virginia. And they got Miguel Nunez Jr. from me. I think that was the first booking I ever had, which was it was huge for me because Miguel's character in not only Return of the Living Dead, but Friday Part 5 is iconic. So it was just I just fanboyed out, and I just couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
I never would have imagined myself being in that situation.
Being now the booking agent and the guy, the liaisons between the convention and the celebrity. So, like, did you fan out a little bit, or did you cry? Like, I mean, now I would do that. I would have been like, all right, 1 second, in the bathroom when they come back out. You didn't do that?
I totally fanned out. The first time that I seen him and he acknowledged me.
You like my name?
It's insane because I never would have thought that any of this was possible.
That's so
at
cool.
all.
Yeah, that's so cool. By the way, how was your Halloweens when you were younger?
Great. I mean, my uncle and my family always put on like garage haunted houses and everything, and they'd have a line all the way down their driveway into pretty much the neighbor's yard, and it was just a free haunted house, and that's what I grew up pretty much doing every Halloween. I've always been a Halloween and horror fan. That's why it's 1031 appearances. I just came up with some name, and it just sounded it's original. It's cool.
Yeah, I like the name. You know. So you said how'd you even get in contact with that guy? The first guy you said, like, I don't even know how you would reach out to one of these people.
Just Facebook. I mean, and you can get catfished sometimes. That that's why you have to call them and get their number after. I've heard of some people getting in contact with fake profiles, and then they're talking to promoters, and they get them booked, and it's not a real person.
Shoot!
It's not.
I need you to send a picture of yourself with a banana. Hold it by your face.
Have you witnessed or have some stories about that? Like, catfish just attending a show and they're not the real person when you get picked up. Like,
I haven't particularly, but I know that there's a lot of fake profiles out there, and it's not. Some of them are very easy to kind of fall for because some people are smart with their tactics and everything, and you just got to do your due diligence.
Yes, that's very, very, very important. Very broad and still important. Oh, just to let you guys know, if you guys have a question, please put it in chat rooms for Isaac more about booking celebrities at horror and Halloween events. And I do want to say our sponsor, we have a shirt sponsor. Halloween Shirt Company will be giving away a viewer that's on our live show a t-shirt from their line. And let me tell you, this is one of the best Halloween tees out there. And all you have to do is go into the comment section and hashtag. What do they need to hashtag, Gerard?
Hashtag.
Let's see if you remember.
1031.
You said 1031? Yep, it's that easy, guys. Hashtag 1031 in the hashtags. And we'll be doing a drawing after the show. Okay.
With the slash or without the slash? Did you put the slash?
Hashtag without the slash is 1031. Without the slash.
Hashtag 1031. Make it easy today.
That's a great company.
Very easy. Oh, you met them?
Yeah. They've vented it convention stuff, and people have their shirts all the time. Me and my wife have multiple of them.
No way.
Spook House one in the ad. I have that one.
Yes. Yeah. That's crazy. What I love about Halloween Shirt Company, they became a great partner of ours, and I thoroughly enjoyed their shirts. Just seeing them at the show at Hong Kong, they were there. I just walked up to Clay, hey buddy, how are you? And it just is so cool. There's so many cool people in our industry. And when you meet someone that's cool like that, that's chill, laid back, do you try to make an effort to keep them in your circle or contacts?
For sure, because you never know what anybody could be one day.
Right.
I was sitting there telling Alex Armbruster in Days of the Dead Atlanta that just be nice to everybody that comes up to the table, and he has no problem with that. Let's surface first. He has no problem with that. It's just you want to be nice to everybody because you never know what power they might have one day.
Yeah.
It's like the Halloween t-shirt company is they started real small and they started doing conventions and started growing. And then last year, me and my now wife went to Halloween Horror Nights for our honeymoon last October, and they had shirts inside of the tribute store.
Crazy, right?
That's the biggest Halloween event in America.
Right.
And they had shirts inside of there. It just goes to show you that.
And they're everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're everywhere because my first shirt from them was actually bought at a haunted house. I bought it at 13 floors actually. And let me tell you, I love their shirt. I can remember talking to Willie about, I think this shirt is where it's at because I bought some other T-shirts from another company which I won't mention. But I'm like, I can't wear these shirts no more. They shrunk like 2 sizes. Okay, I know I'm a big boy, but I'm not that big.
No,
come on. I haven't put on 15 since I wore this shirt. But then I'm wearing their shirts. I mean, fits good. I think this is actually this is VFX.
Yes, those are the new VFX shirts that came out. Yeah.
And we love them. I believe this is also Halloween shirt. I believe. So I think they're everywhere because he was doing he did the Hong Kong shirts as well.
I believe
Halloween.
I can't remember, but his shirts are very comfortable. And when Gerard was telling me about it, I was like, "Yo, that's our sponsor, bro." He's like, "No way!" I'm like, yeah, well, you got a couple shirts. Those boxes right there, those Gerard's, some of Gerard's stuff. So you got.
I was wondering what's all in the background today.
Yeah, you got some stuff that needs to go. I need to ship it. But anyways, so going back to you booking these clients, how did you grow your clientele list? How did you start? You said that you got hired at a show, you built some trust with them, right? Was after those two steps, was it easy for you to start getting more celebrities on your roster?
Um, yeah, I wouldn't say it was easy, but it definitely helps when you start to grow your reputation. It definitely
Yes.
helps. But the hard part is knowing when and where to reach out to certain celebrities because a lot of people are exclusive with certain agencies, and you don't want to step on any toes. And you want to, everybody's a family and should be in this industry, and we should treat everyone with respect. So it's hard to, it was hard to at first kind of know those boundaries, but once you learn all that, there's plenty of clients and celebrities to go around. I
Mhm.
mean, it helps when you keep growing and growing. Just like Alex Armbruster, we got him from Thanksgiving. That was the biggest
Dude,
break I've had. And
bro, hold on for a second. Can I just say how cool of a move you did when you did that? Like, first of all, Yep, that's scary here. We promoted Thanksgiving. We did a great job. We
yeah,
had fun with Sony Pictures. And then we heard that they were going to Days of the Dead, which one of our teammates was like, "Hey, I'm going to be at Days of the Dead." I'm like, "I'm not broke, and we got stuff. I got work." But to hear back great feedback, and it's like, "Hey, reach out to them, have them on the show." We did. We got you. We have Alex coming on the show next. What a cool move, because that movie is the hit. Like, that's the movie that people are talking about now. And Eli Roth did a great job with Thanksgiving. How did it come about you getting Alex on your roster? And did you realize, like, oh shoot, I need to like put him in the game now so I can get this money? Like, tell us about that. Sorry, I'm very
so
animated today.
how it happened was on IMDb Pro, if
Mhm.
it's a stunt guy, it doesn't completely list out what they are until the movie comes out.
Mhm.
And so I just went through and all the list and I emailed all of the stunt people and said, "Hey,
Mhm.
if you can tell me, do you play John Carver in the movie?" And
No way.
literally, and there's three people that did play him, and I got an
Mhm.
email back from one of them, and he was like, "I did only secondary unit stuff, but this is the guy who did about 98% of it, so I'm gonna put you in
Yeah.
contact with him." And I'm forever grateful for him because without him actually sending me his email and not being, he could have just said no.
No,
He
and
could have
just
just been like,
ignored it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'll be forever grateful for that because it led
Beautiful.
to 2024 is the biggest year that I've had so far.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was so
So
cool to see a new horror icon in the zeitgeist of horror. All right.
Yeah.
And to see a villain step foot on the big screen, that's different. Like, I knew he was gonna be a slasher. I knew he's gonna be limber. I was like, is he gonna be exactly like Ghostface, or is he gonna have more to him? And just the swag along with his axe and how he stood, his posture was just, I was like, let's go. Let's go. And so I'm excited for John Carver.
And
Yeah.
it's really funny too because like we were going around to the convention and I was naming all the celebrities that are there and stuff. I was like, "Have you ever seen that?" And he was like, I don't. He's not like a big horror fan,
No.
but going to these conventions, they're going to expand him into it. And it's
Mm-hmm.
weird because he really had nothing to draw off of to
Mm-hmm.
help his performance. So that's all him. He said Eli had him do some things that he had in mind, but he also said, I mean, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of it was just him doing what he wanted to do. But he also said that Eli knew very well exactly what he wanted in his idea.
That's
that's
what's up.
interesting because we had Freddie too on the show, and he had a similar taste. Like I didn't know how big of a following horror had.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
interesting hearing that. That's 2 for 2 right now.
I mean, well, I heard it all the time, Gerard, but what I feel like is like they don't, like, the horror genre isn't up on their pedestal. Like, there's so many other things that they gravitate to other than horror, and to see someone be successful in it and not have uh you know a place where they can come from and enjoy horror with us, it's different, but it's kind of cool because they're more to themselves and they're more laid back. They're more approachable and reachable. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I'm gonna share this about Alex, and I know he probably wouldn't care. Is that he did Suicide Squad, he doubled Diablo, and he's done The Boys. He's done a lot of stuff. But I will never forget after the Saturday at Days of the Dead, we was walking up the stairs to go. We were going to his room, and he looked at me and said, "This is something that I'll never forget because it changed my life as well." And he owes it to Patrick Dempsey because Patrick he could
You
have
there?
he could have done the costume work if he wanted to,
Right.
but he chose to let a stunt guy do it. And showing all the love that everybody showed him during that weekend, I mean, he didn't expect it at all. Like I find that with a lot of stunt guys is they don't expect it because you don't directly they're not a star in the movie. But I tried to tell him, I was like, dude, they want to see the killer.
Right.
They want to see you. You do all the fun stuff. I mean, they want to see you. And he was amazed by the love that he was shown.
And this was again, you guys, what Isaac is
All right.
I guess
Nope.
it was
There
my
we go.
but
I don't know what happened there.
But what I'm
I know what happened on my end. We're right now frozen. Like I don't mean like
are you
frozen like computer wise. I mean the whole outside is all ice.
okay? Okay. But what I want to say is, it's just really cool to meet some great people like that. It's really cool for him to be able to be a part of the whole horror con circuit and to see that it's bigger than what because he's from Canada, to see that it's bigger than what he may have thought. But like, it's cool that Patrick is like, you take a ride in this, because you were, the number one, John Carver. That's really cool. I knew Patrick was the killer. I knew it. I was calling John Evans. If you are watching this, I knew it from the beginning. I was like, he's the killer. Why? He's the cop. He has all the stories, all the witnesses, all the chitlings. Sorry. Next question. Go ahead, Troy.
So what criteria do you use? What criteria do you use when you're selecting a horror celebrity to book for conventions and events, and what sets them apart in the horror genre?
First, I look at it from a fan point of base. What would I like to see at shows? And then I have to look at it from an agent, and also I want to make some money doing this. So what can I do that would help me financially to gain the most success on the convention circuit? And also, it all depends on a promoter. And you could have in your head what you think would be a great client, a great guest at a show, and a promoter might not feel that same way.
Right.
So it's a hard balance finding what you want to see and what you believe the fans and promoters want to see. Because what you would think wouldn't be that cool is a hit at a show. Like a lot of people, Scream is far down on their list. And me, for one, that's my favorite horror movie. That's a hot take, but Scream, that's why they're still doing the full reunions. And shout out to Sean Clark for that, because they will always have lines out the building.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't see that as one of the great horror movies. Like Ghostface wouldn't be on Mount Rushmore of horror or anything. And that goes back to they will always make money. They will always have lines out
that
the
franchise
door.
will always
the promoters want to bring them in because they're gonna make money.
Yeah. So Sean was kind of like your away mentor that kind of taught you a little bit. Do you have a mentor now that you kind of talk to and relay information to, get some advice?
I wouldn't say mentor, but it's definitely Sean's still that guy where if I ever have a question, I can reach out to him or Stacy at CMV Promotions. She's a good friend. I mean, there's a lot of it goes back to always be nice to people because you never know. I've only been doing it for 2 years this month. Literally.
2 years. Congratulations. Woo! Yeah, man.
So
that's hard work.
It always goes back to being nice to everybody because you never know. I don't know everything, and I'll gladly admit that. I don't know everything, so I'm going to need some help along the way, and it goes back to being nice to people, you know?
Good. Have a good personality, connecting with people. Let's see here. My next question is: how do you ensure that the experience provided by the celebrities you book meet the expectation of horror fans attending the conventions and events?
Just book them in the good shows.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nobody wants to go to a show and there's nobody there. I mean, let's just be honest, because nobody wants. There's going to be moments, unless you're just a huge celebrity, where you're sitting at an empty table. But as long as you have those ebbs and flows where you have a line and you're making some money, it's just book them at good shows because nobody wants to be at a show where there's nobody there.
I mean, I see James Courtney. Yeah, James Courtney, who played, Michael Myers. I saw him at Mad Monster, and like he had a few, people walk up, but it was like a huge line. But he just finished the H45 in Carlsbad. That was huge. You know what I mean? So like a lot of people probably shifted and like bought tickets to that, and experienced him there, but they didn't experience him at Mad Monster like I would have. You know what I mean? But it was cool because what I loved about Mad Monster is that it allowed people just to walk up to him and then casually like start talking. Like I feel like there's always this barrier between you and a celebrity going to a convention, but when it's so cool and chill where they're allowing guests to go and even to have a drink with some of these celebrities, it's really cool.
And that's what I like about the Houston Horror Film Fest, Days of the Dead. Some of the, they're not huge like MegaCon or all the fan expos because there's still that little bit of intimacy between a fan and a celebrity because you could have a good minute long conversation with somebody because there's not a huge line out the door like there would be at like a MegaCon or something. It just gives the fans more of an opportunity to get their money. And that's a huge thing too, is I always try to make sure everybody gets their money's worth because, the world's hard enough nowadays. You don't need to be worried about getting price gouged or anything. So I try to make everybody have as most fun as possible.
Yeah. So walk us through a process of picking up a celebrity for a show.
You talking about like going getting a client?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, would you come to the show with them? Would you fly in to a show with them? How's that process like?
Yeah, it all depends on like how far away the show is and everything. If we could either drive or fly, it don't really matter. But it all depends on how many I book, if I'll go or not, because usually promoters will only pay for your hotel, flight, or whatever if you have 3 or more. So it's always good, like with the Thanksgiving people, to have a cast that you could attach a reunion to, because then you'll get more shows as well. Yeah.
I think what creepy. Go ahead. Sorry, Gerard. Go ahead.
Now, something I wanted to ask before I actually got jumped out of here. When you're booking clients, do you gotta like, hey, they're already doing these 2 events this year. Do you want to like don't oversaturate cons with a celebrity? Is that something you actually had to look into?
Yeah. You definitely want to look at, let's say I have Alex booked into Houston. So therefore he really can't it'd be hard for him to do Texas Frightmare with Eli if he wanted to, just because he's booked into Houston. So it's always something you have to diligently look into, because you don't want to oversaturate a market, because then that's how you start losing money quick, because when you oversaturate a market and you keep going back, then you have to just rely on strictly oh, fans want to come get something else signed when a lot of people might not. So I mean, it's
Right.
definitely something you have to diligently look into.
So, not to saturate the market, is you pulling back your celebrity from doing all the shows at once? Maybe
Yeah,
doing the Houston show 1 year, next year doing
yeah.
Texas. Okay.
No, no. And it's it's kind of a gamble because we don't know how hot Thanksgiving will be next year.
Dude, I'm
And it
praying,
sucks,
and
but
I think it's going to
go
do
ahead.
great.
I
I
think
think it's going to
I
be great.
think I think it's just going to build more and more because Eli, I heard, is taking a year off to write part two. So I
Yes.
think just with the anticipation, it's just going to keep building and building. And I hope, and I truly do believe, that's why I reached out to. I wanted Alex because I seen they were already making NECA figures everything.
Yes.
So it's like he's going to build into being the next horror icon. So
Yeah.
hopefully,
Yeah.
and I just wish that hopefully it just keeps growing and growing and growing and becomes a fan base that 20 years from now, they're still going to be doing reunions just like Scream, just like
Yeah.
Halloween 45 years later.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Isaac, on this one. And I think he is now into that horror zeitgeist. When we were getting the promotions from Sony, they were like, "Yep, we got coffee, we got these collection action figures." I mean, so much was happening on Thanksgiving, and it hit me. It hit me as I was like getting emails, and I was like, "Yo, this is not just gonna be like a one
Yeah.
movie and done." Like, this is a new movie that's going to have franchises, and,
Yeah.
and Sony knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing, and this was, and we called it, and here it is, and we knew that there was going to be a part two. We just didn't know when, and they're working on it. So, kudos to that. Kudos to your move on there of getting Alex onto your roster. How do you navigate the balance between satisfying the demands of horror fans and ensuring the well-being and comfort of the celebrity you booked?
I mean, it all goes back to, again, looking him at a good show.
Mhm. A good safe
And
show. I mean, like,
yeah,
I'm just saying, you've been in the game for 2 years. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't, but there's some crazy people out there.
yeah,
Just to give you hands up, and they'll do whatever they can to have a moment with a celebrity. You
oh, yeah.
booking them at these horror cons, have you seen like, oh, this person may not be safe, or hey, I need to
Yeah.
bring you over here, CJ.
Yeah.
I need you to go over
There's
here.
definitely some promoters that'll reach out and they have about
Mhm.
maybe at the most 500 attendees, and they're like, "Yeah, I want to get CJ Graham." And then when I tell them the guarantee amount, they're like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "Yeah, I
But
mean,
and
go
I
ahead."
mean, most people don't know what the guarantee amount is, and what it is the part where if they don't make their money off of autographs, there's going to be a guarantee minimum that the promoter pays for
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
booking agent and the celebrity, and
Hmm.
we get that. But has there ever been any crazy people out there like that do something stupid to a celebrity? I just want to hear some juicy, like,
Um,
like, have ever anyone brought in a real knife? Like, I want to stab you, Mike Myers, the boogeyman. I don't know.
huh. Not that I can think of right off the top of my
Now,
head.
Really?
have you
I don't. I guess
have
I've
you
just
had
kind
any
of been
crazy
lucky. I guess.
Yeah.
have you had any crazy writers yet?
So yeah, from your celebrities, have you have like a writer that was like, this is way too much? You act like Mariah Carey.
Only green M&Ms. Only green.
I'm not gonna say the name, but
No, just
because there's still a client of mine.
Yeah.
I'm not
Don't
gonna
say the
I'm
name.
not gonna say it,
Don't
but
say the name, but I'm interested in
um,
hearing the writer.
he
We know it's
he
a
was
guy. We know it's a guy. We know it's a guy. Go ahead.
he was um I don't know how to put this without just sounding like a complete jerk. He was pissed off because right automatically, and I would take blame for it because I should have done it. But right immediately as the show opened, I didn't go find the green room and tell him exactly where it was because I was doing other things. So he gets upset that I didn't tell him immediately. So whenever I go and tell him where it's at, all right, just me in here.
Well, we're having.
All right,
I think I don't know what is going on with my.
We either going to replace him.
So what was that crazy writer? Because apparently I got kicked out again.
So go ahead, Isaac.
So I go find the green room. Everything's all good, and then we go and we get done with group photo ops Sunday after the show. And he goes, I can't remember what I said to him, but I remember him saying, "Oh yeah, I'm fasting. I haven't eaten like 3 days." So then I was like, "Why were you so worried about where the green room was?" Then I think it was just kind of like a backhanded comment, but I mean,
yeah, it could be because so many people can drop a dig or two and not realize that they're dropping a dig on you. But so this person wanted the green room. You didn't find the green room in time. And then
it was like immediately when the show started. So I was trying to focus on other things, because
right.
You don't take a lunch until like hours into the show.
Right, you're good.
Yeah.
And he wanted to know where that green room was. He probably wanted some water, some green M&Ms.
And I'm not gonna say the name. I don't think that he directly like meant it rudely, but it was kind of like, really.
Yeah. Do you find some digs coming from celebrities more of, or the HorrorCon side?
There's definitely some promoters out there
that
there's definitely some jealousy and rivalries. And some promoters can get kind of ruthless.
Really?
Yeah, and it's not. It's kind of is with agents and the other promoters of other shows too. They can get kind of ruthless with them, and I just think it's kind of uncalled for. I think we should all be a family and all get along. But some people believe that once you're in a state, and then another show tries to come and they immediately match your success during their first couple years, and you've been doing it for 20 years. They get kind of jaded and pissed off, and they don't like to work with certain agents that work with that show, and they don't like booking people that have been at that show, and it's kind of
it's that fickle.
There's rivalries.
You guys.
People don't understand the half of it.
Right. I heard some stuff with Spookala and Spooky Empire, and like even a few people's like, we're not even going to tell you the story because there's so much layers in history. It's going to take forever. But like, it must be kind of frustrating being like neutral and like, oh yeah, if you ever work with those people, we're not going to hire you again. Like, does that happen a lot?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's very frustrating because sometimes I have a piece that goes great with some of the people they have at this show, and then I get a booking into the other show, and then just because I booked with the other show, they don't want to book with me, even though that client would be perfect for that show. And I've worked with both shows, and both of them are great shows. But I went with one this year, and the other one didn't like that.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. It's crazy because hearing it from this side of the curtain, everyone thinks like there's one way of looking at life, and that's the best way, the innocent side. But when you know so much, and then when you have the experience of dealing with the people, it kind of takes the fun away. You know what I mean? It takes all the excitement away. How do you keep yourself excited for an event that you're attending that may have been kind of rocky for you because of staff or whoever?
I try to go into it as it's me and my client. We're here to make some money and have some fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to kind of ignore everything else, and also just some things aren't worth the headache. So sometimes it's not even work with those shows. It's not even worth the headache sometimes.
You are
You
very
know,
wise.
and I'm not a huge agent, so it's hard for me to turn down some shows. But
Right.
also, I got other relationships that are just as good as that one, and 50% less the headache. You know,
Yeah.
Hmm.
I hear that. I like that.
Who gives you the most headaches? Just name the show out. Just
yeah,
straight up. Just tell them like it
Put it
is.
out there. We want the exclusive.
no, I don't know, but Spookala is a great show. That's
Good.
going to be a good show.
Yes, and that's your upcoming show that you guys have coming up, right? You and Alex.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which when that was announced, I was like, "You guys are swinging!" Like I love
yeah,
that
yeah.
announcement. I'm
That
gonna try to
one,
go to it.
that
Is it
one,
this?
um,
Nope.
that Spookala show. Whenever I booked him there, that was the moment where I knew, like, okay, we might have something here. Because I've been
Yeah,
trying to get onto that show and trying to get on that show ever since their first show. And
yeah,
their promoter, great guy. But you know, sometimes I just don't have the right fit, and that's fine. But as soon
yeah,
as he signed on to do that show, I knew I had something. I knew I had
yeah.
something.
Beautiful. And like Alex, he's done so much with me on the boys. Like when I looked him up and see like he was what's his name? Captain Gerard, what's his name?
Homelander.
Homelander. I was
Homelander.
like,
Yeah.
what the freak? Oh, and
Yeah.
then he played in Shazam. My other friends, she was the set designer, won an award for Shazam. He was the Shazam stunt
Yeah.
guy. So like,
Yeah.
Alex is a huge player, and I'm glad that you have him in your roster. What other horror convention shows you going to be attending?
I'm doing Crypticon Kansas City.
Uh
That'd be
huh.
a good one. I got 4 people booked into that one.
Nice. Let's
Like
go.
the two on there are Calgary HorrorCon. We got
Uh-huh.
Aaron and Alex going to that one. Spookala. That's probably gonna be the best show that I do this year. I can already call it
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
We got Alex in Houston, and I got Miguel Nunez booked at next month. It's a mall they put on events in San Antonio. They're
Uh-huh.
doing a little like a Return of the Living Dead thing, and I got him into
Nice.
that. And 2024 is definitely my busiest year. So
Good
Hey,
job,
busy is a
man.
good thing. Busy is a good thing.
Yes. Good job for you.
great thing,
Who,
great thing.
who do you want to add to your roster? I'm just curious.
Are we saying
I'm just saying
realistically,
hypothetically.
or like
Yeah, just
like just
who would you
anybody?
want? Yeah.
My number one would be Johnny Depp.
That's a good
That
one,
that'd be my
bro.
number one.
You can make money with Johnny. Oh my goodness.
That'd be my number
That would
one
be a
because
good
he's
one.
been in so much stuff, from kids
Yes.
movies to adult
Yeah.
movies. It would span so many ages, and it would just be
Mhm.
nuts. I mean,
So I mean, you just pointed something out to me. It's like finding a good celebrity to be on my roster. They gotta be in children's and adult movies. They gotta have a long career that is successful, and they gotta be multifaceted, diverse. And Johnny Depp totally is that. And
yeah,
hearing you from that perspective as a business, that is a smart play to get
yeah,
Johnny Depp on there. Because I mean, you got all these Tim Burton stuff coming out,
yeah.
and I'm sure he's gonna have a convention soon. And that would be perfect. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness,
I
that's
mean,
good.
another one. Speaking of Tim Burton, would be
Yeah.
Michael Keaton.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. So did
Beetlejuice
you?
himself,
Batman.
Batman.
Yeah,
I mean,
I didn't realize how much of a Michael Keaton fan I truly was. Like, I was watching all his movies, like even Batman Returns. I'm like,
yeah,
I just went back, on a tangent, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like Michael Keaton. Like I've been watching his movies for a minute now, and didn't realize how much of a fan or I enjoyed
yeah.
his
As long
movies.
as you don't watch him in the new Flash movie, you can still be a fan.
Yes, yes. Wait, new Flash movie. Oh,
He's in the
I
new.
liked him. I liked him in the new Flash movie. What are you talking about?
It was
I
terrible.
liked him.
Absolutely
He
trash. I
was a
hated
long-haired Batman who didn't give up. All right.
it. No, I hated it. It didn't
Right.
make sense. I like that they had Nicolas Cage Batman in it. But I mean, a Nicolas Cage Superman. But other than that, it was terrible. I hated it.
No, y'all did good on that one. It was good. It was a different Flash that I was excited for. What other questions we have for Isaac?
As long as this Dangle stay together. Now, what I'm wondering, real quick because I had to find conventions myself. Where's this master list of all the conventions you go to? Because that's what I need. I need a list to find these
we're on it.
conventions.
I'll tell you what. You go on Google right now, and literally, it's the dumbest search ever. Literally, look up horror conventions in America 2024, and there's literally a website called I think it's conventionsworldwide.com or something, and they literally list every convention that's in their database.
Yeah. And there you go. And there you go. Let me see. Let me go back to my question here. How's Emily? Now you've done this with Emily, your wife. You guys are a young couple, killing it. How do you guys have a balance of like who's doing what? How much of a role does she take in building this company?
Mostly it's me communicating with promoters and clients and stuff, and she does. I mean, she really is my rock because she does a great job of. I'm not the most personable person because I'm always, on the lookout for who's trying to do something to my client, or I got to take care of kind of the business spot side. And while she sits at the table and takes care of people, and she's the most caring person that I know, so it just made complete sense to bring her along because she's such a good job at the table, and she's better with people than I am. I'm a little bit better kind of on the business side because, she kind of she's got her own things and she kind of just lets me be on the business side. But there's not another person that I would rather have at that table than her helping me because she's probably the most caring and, just individual that I know. So I can't ask for better.
That's I like awesome. That. You gotta have somebody you can be like, go talk to this person. They're the nice one,
Yeah.
I
you have to have a balance.
Because I'm not the
but
nicest
she is also probably the nice person that I know, but she will also be the first person to tell somebody off if they're in the wrong though. So it's definitely a great person to have at the table.
Right. Because some people take advantage of you, and then will just do it in front of your face because they don't care. Which is, I got to be mindful that they are out there because I think I had a run-in with one of them.
And then my sister Cheyenne, she's been to 2 shows with us, and I brought her to Atlanta, and she was a handler at the table, and I like to bring her sometimes to him because she's I like to call her the enforcer. She don't take nothing from anybody.
That's right. She's like $50, please.
Exactly.
$50 in my
head. I would be a terrible handler. What do I do with this handling? Okay, come here. I'm gonna rub it back.
Do you feel so? It's kind of challenging to post as well as enjoy the show with your client.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely because I find it's just easier to just post after because the people that are at the show and want to see the pictures are at the show. Definitely is a good tactic though. Like with Alex, he did the in-costume photo ops and stuff. It was definitely a good tool to send out to other promoters, and I got him a couple of the shows just based off of I was able to show evidence that he did amazing at his first show.
He showed up,
and promoters were like, "That's awesome." I mean, that's because a first-time guest could be kind of weary for a promoter. So when they show evidence that they did good, it's great for them. They love to see that.
Yeah,
because that's the drawing power. I mean, you got the little vendors who sell A, B, and C, but you want us. Yeah. You go to these conventions to see these celebrities.
Yeah,
right.
So I like that idea. Now, what do you provide when? Let's say you're trying to hire Will and I to come to the show, right? What do you do? Like, if we're like, hey, we want to do a scare prank, are you able as the person, the liaison, to help us get the stuff situated and ready for that?
I mean, if the promoter wants you at their show, y'all can do whatever you want.
They always want me there.
Because
no,
it definitely helps to know the promoter, and it all depends on how good of a relationship that we have too.
Yeah,
it's fairly easy to get some things.
What I noticed is that having these relationships with these horror cons, everyone's different, and I like to have good connections and walk away and just say, hey, we enjoyed you at the show. I thought that Matt Monster really totally like gravitated to us and just like enjoyed everything that we did, even though we still owe you your video. It's coming out soon. But I just had so much fun with them, and they were so personable. Like, how do I guess my question is this: if we're trying to build and have that consistent connection, is it good to team up with a booking agent to be like, hey, let's do you know someone over here? We know someone over here. Like that collaboration. Does that work sometimes?
It definitely could help because it would take a financial burden off of y'all if y'all wanted a table or something. It might be easier to get an agent because they could at least get you in the door and at least get you a table.
Right.
So it might help in some areas. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. So what's the future like for 1031 appearances?
Hopefully a lot of great shows this year.
Yeah.
Hopefully I just continue to build upon it, and 2025 is even better, and I just hope for the best in the future. And I just hope to continue to be proof to anyone out there that wants to do something different with their life and wants to make money doing what they want to do.
There it is.
Working a regular 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Do it. Just try. It takes no money to just try. All it takes is you just want to do it. Just do it. If you want to do it, do it. Don't let anybody tell you different. Just do it.
I like that.
Boy, you are preaching. We love those kind of words. It is Sunday afternoon church here at Yup, That's Scary. And we have Pastor Isaac Moore just dropping on us and just told us like, look, you can do it. And hearing your story, I'm like, man, I remember when I did that. Like when I was like, I'm going to do this, and I did it. And I let nothing stop me, and it got accomplished. Yeah. And to hear your story, like, dude, I was a fan, and now I'm like, I want to do more than a fan. I want to not just fan out, but I want to be able to provide more to a fan.
And to anybody that wants to do this, don't come into it. I understand you just want to be a fan and you want to build into a business, but take it seriously. Because there's nothing, nobody wants more than kind of just like an agent that kind of just, he wants to just be a fanager, and he just wants to fan out, and he's worried about.
So new there. Yeah.
Just take it seriously. If you're going to do it and want to contribute to the circuit, take it seriously. Do everything by the book. Take care of people. Take care of your clients. Make friends along the way.
Yeah.
Money is great, but really what's going to get you far is your reputation and your relationship.
Yes. Woo! I swear he's gonna be on the next keynote speaker. And we got some projects coming up, which I'm gonna be talking to you about, which I'm really excited on sharing with you. I'm just, again, I love these conversations. I love the fact that I can meet new people and we can share something that we love, and just like, all right, now what can we do? Like, how can we make this work? We saw that this past weekend at Hong Kong. So I want to continue to utilize you. But we're about at that time where we're going to wrap things up. And we're going to do the guest final thoughts. This is where the guests can spit out all that information that you need to follow them and to get more information of their events, maybe their clients if you want to book them for your show. Are you ready, Isaac?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Guest final, if I can find it. There it is. Guest final thoughts. Here we go.
I just want to say a huge shout out to Willie and Gerard and Yep, That's Scary for having me on today. It means a lot. This is my first ever podcast that I've done. So it means a lot to me to get to do this. Growing up being a fan, it means a lot. And, I believe they posted my social media. So if a promoter hears this or a fan or anybody wants to do a private signing or whatever, you have my socials right there. And how to get in contact with me. I'd love to work with you. That's it. I just appreciate Yep, That's Scary for having me on today. It means a lot.
What does these Halloween horror and haunted house influencers have in common?
You are watching That's Scary. You're watching That's Scary. You're watching That's Scary.
'Tis the season to be scary. So stay scary with us and stalk us now and join your new horror family.
Well, I just want to say it was a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much for being on the show and just sharing your insight with us. I consider you as a friend now. You're part of the Yep That's Scary family, and we're gonna have you more on the show and keep you promoted.
Hey, y'all gotta get.
I'd love to anytime.
Y'all gotta get with Isaac. Any man that has Killer Clowns from Outer Space mask on his wall is a man.
Yeah, and then I noticed one of the arts. And then I noticed one of the Scream arts. That's Patrick from he was a sponsor of Yep That's Scary, and he gave us a lot of prints that we gave away during the show. But I've seen one of his Scream prints that you have on his wall. That's exciting too. That's great. That's awesome.
Fun fact about them, I got that at Days of the Dead Chicago in 2022, and him and his wife are from Arkansas as well, just like me.
No way! So they're from your stomping grounds?
Yeah,
dude. Like
small world.
Another great horror people that have a great heart. Because when we showed up, he's like, "You have a podcast here? Here's some prints given away. Here's my business card. I appreciate you." And I was like, "Dude, like that was great. Thank you so much." So I went back to order more. Couldn't. He never called me back, but he does go and does these horror convention circuits. And he told me, he was like, "Hey, I don't call nobody. I don't respond to my emails or anything. But if you come to the convention, I got some prints." So if that works for you.
All he seen was my guest badge when I was there, and he asked who I brought, and I told him, and he literally gave Matt one for free. He was like, "Yeah, we got to take care of each other." I'm never going to ask for free stuff, but I'll gladly take it.
Right, but his stuff is getting out there, and we remember him. The guy with the ponytail. Yeah.
Man, what part of Arkansas are you from?
Benton. It's about 20-25 minutes away from Little Rock, the capital.
Oh, okay. I grew up actually for a couple years in Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's about 25 minutes the other direction. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. You ever go to Pocahontas, Arkansas?
Never been. There's
There's nothing but a hotel there. That's why I go hunting.
That's great hunting over there. Great hunting.
Oh yeah. Snow goose. Just nothing but fields.
Snow goose. Look. I'm not a hunt. I don't hunt animals, but I'm sure you guys eat them, and they're very tasty and scrumptious. I just can't fathom putting it down my mouth.
I don't hunt personally, but I would definitely take some free deer meat if somebody has.
Really?
So
no. It's snow goose season. You got to be asking your neighbors for some snow goose. Okay, you wrap them up in some bacon with some Italian dressing.
Where do you find these things at? Not at Publix. Because my Publix don't got no snow goose. I'm just saying.
No, you got to go to the Asian market.
I'll be getting my crabs there though. Like for real. Like don't
Yes,
like. Look, I heard like is it Shay? Shay, do you go to the Asian markets for your crabs? I know most black people do. Anyway, Josh Evans, you said you're right. Patrick Ramison, yes. Patrick knows all the peoples, which I love. Anyways, we thank you so much for being on the show. We got our some sponsors bills we got to pay with Gerard. You ready, Gerard?
Yep.
Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. You sure you're ready? If you're not ready, we can keep talking.
You're not ready. You're stuff. You're not pulling up anything right now.
How you know? I'm trying to find it. All right, there you go.
In the entertainment world of haunted attractions and theme parks, VFX Creates is a leader in Q entertainment, promotional tools, startle and scare props, animated characters, and more.
See, I was ready. Haha. We would like to thank our sponsors, Fear Expo Live. Fear Expo Live is the newest natural haunted attraction industry trade show, bringing together hunters and vendors. They are dedicated to connecting attraction owners with the latest products and services from the industry leading vendors earlier in the season to ensure products are delivered on time and ahead of schedule. at some of the best pricings. For more information, visit fearexpolive.com. Again, that is fearexpolive.com. Looking to be a part of a community while getting dished out Halloween horror and haunt industries happening? Well, you're in luck. Word on the street is that Yep, That's Scary now has Patreon, accepting like-minded individuals engaging and participating and have a little fun with our new horror family. Get exclusive content, merch, and messages from the cast, and be invited to some exclusive members-only events, notable horror events. Sign up and become a Patreon member today. You become a Patreon member, we go drinking together. It is patreonmember.com/yepthat'sscary. We want to thank our sponsors, VFX Create. They gave me this cool shirt. This product right here, won product of the year at HauntCon this year. The new bat, it's badass. He wouldn't let me take it home, even though I tried, which I feel a little upset about. VFX Create. Step into a world of extraordinary. World of VFX Creates, where practical haunted props transcend boundaries. Whether you're a seasoned haunter or a budding die-hard Halloween/cosplay enthusiast, their cutting-edge props empower you to craft scares that have you unleash your creatively like never before. Visit www.vfxcreates.com. I did get the shirt though, but he wanted to give me the puppet. I mean, they looked at me weird trying to put it in my pocket. Did you see the puppet?
Chase it. Yeah, I saw the puppet. It's beautiful. I love the puppet. I want a puppet. I just don't know where I'm going to put it right now. Look, Shay said, she said, sometimes, did you be going to Asian markets to get your crabs, Shay?
I
This is Isaac's sister. Oh, okay. Cheyenne, by the way. Thank you guys so much for having my brother on the guys' show. Oh, thank you so much for viewing the show and supporting it for today. Please come back and watch us more. We got more. We got more with more. We got more coming up, and of course, Isaac Moore is part of our new horror family. So yeah, he'll be back. Yes.
Yeah, talk about the Asian market, Willie. Talk about the Asian market.
Yeah.
You ever go there and like treat it like a petting zoo? Like you pull the lobsters at the tank. They're like,
oh,
you can't play with the lobsters.
I was going to do a Carver joke.
No, you can't play with the lobsters. I'm like, what do you mean? His name is Larry. Put it down.
No, because you get bit and kids get bit and pinched. I'm not doing it. I'll be watching with my phone out. Put it on TikTok.
I was playing with the bullfrogs once and like it got out. I'm like, oh no.
See, this is why I always wash my things before we do that. So we're going to go ahead and do a raffle for 1031 to get your hashtags 1031 in your chats to win a shirt from Halloween Shirt Company. Are you guys ready? Here we go. And the winner is, we'll have 3 draws, but it's okay. Y'all get something free today. The winner goes to, if it's Shay, I'm like, yay. Josh always wins. He always wins. He is the luckiest man. I got to go and take him to Vegas with the money. Congratulations, Josh Evans, for winning that shirt. Slide into our DMs and let us know your shirt size and your address. Anyways, absolutely love you guys. Oh, thank you so much. And Josh says, "Let's go." Who knows, Josh? You can get another shirt, another. Like they got some new shirts coming out, but I love it. I got a new shirt. Gerard, you got new shirts from Halloween Shirt Company?
Yeah, I got the cowboy one, and then I bought another one with the red skull kissing because I like that one a lot, and I got a grease stain on it. Listen, do not wear Halloween shirts while cooking bacon. It does not go together. They're not bacon cooking shirts.
We thank you for the tip. Anything else, you guys, that you guys want to share with us? Again, thank you to Isaac. Thank you to Gerard, my co-host. Thank you to everyone that is at home. Actually watching us today, watching our show, showing us support. Thank you to all that is at home, work or in transit, listening to the podcast for your love and support. Please remember to follow, like, subscribe, and share our social media channels so that we can continue to engage and build our new horror family. Until next time, you guys want to say the last words? No, see, this thing is Isaac. Isaac's like, you gonna put me on the spot. Isaac, I say something and it's like, stay scary, but then he says something about like onions and potatoes, and hot sauce. And I'm like, what? And then I would catch it, and it would be in the audio, and it's so annoying. So I'm like, just say it now, so I can say my yep, that's scary.
Nope.
All right, do you have something to say, Isaac?
I appreciate you two having me on.
You're good. Go to 1031appearances.online for more information of the business. Until next time, guys, stay. Oh, motherfucker. You better not play. Stay. Don't do it. Stay scary.
Yo, if you like what you have just heard, subscribe now or forever hold your screams.